Hello, YouTube. This is Bearded Beer Time, and I'm going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today. Every season, I try one of my favorite combos in all of Magic, and that is the Peer into the Abyss and Underworld Dreams combo. I've had mixed results depending on which season we've played in, but I'm really excited to bring you this deck. So let's jump right on in. This is like I said, this is one of my favorite archetypes and so much fun to play. We are going to be playing best of three, and so let's just talk about a little bit about the deck here. Do a little deck tech here. We got a couple of Thoughtseize just to kind of look and see what our opponent's doing. We do only have two currently. We do only have two currently in the main deck, and but we have more on the side. And we have a couple of Fateful Absence. After doing some testing with this card, with this deck, I noticed that across the board, it needed a little bit more just direct removal. So I'm playing a couple of Fateful Absence, a couple of Vanishing Verse, not just because it gets rid of creatures, but a lot of the times you just need that little extra, destroy a Planeswalker or something to kind of get you over the edge there. So we're playing also Birth of Meletis, which is a really good card for being able to make the game go a little bit longer by searching up a plains and then creating a 4/4 and then gaining a little bit of extra life along the way. We have some Mind Stones and treasure maps in here as well. Mind Stones just to kind of help us ramp, and treasure maps to help us scry, maybe look at that next card, see if we need to ditch it or not, and then ultimately help us ramp into Peer into the Abyss or our second win condition. Just playing one Approach of the Second Sun, just giving us an additional out if say if they take our peer, or they remove all of our peer into the abyss, with the many ways that you can do that. And so we just gives us another opportunity to win the game, even if they take our combo pieces. Underworld Dreams, obviously an amazing card, and it actually is just really good against control in a lot of ways as well. So Underworld Dreams is a fun card, and it's just a ton of fun to play with, especially if you can get a couple of these on the battlefield. You might not even need Peer into the Abyss. So I'm also running a couple of 2 days of Judgment, 4 Wrath of God. We need 6 Rat spells minimum, and I've got a couple more in the sideboard just in case. If we run into a bunch of those creature decks that we may need to just get rid of all their creatures and sweep up the board, clean it up just a little bit. And then I'm also playing a couple of Edgar Charmed Groom, and this card is pretty sweet. I think it's really gonna. I haven't even tested with this card yet, but I'm excited to test it out because I think this is a card that can really extend the game quite a bit, especially when Edgar needs to get removed, or I can trade with him, or I can trade with whatever our opponent is doing, and then ultimately creating these 1/1 vampires with lifelink is really pretty massive. I might end up needing to move more Edgars into the board, and maybe make some adjustments along the way. Solemn Simulacrum just helping us go and fetch up some more lands, and ultimately drawing cards. Treasure Map helps us somewhat draw cards a little bit later in the game. Solemn Simulacrum helps us draw cards a little bit later in the game. And ultimately, we're trying to draw into our combo pieces, which Approach the Second Sun, just a one of, and then 3 Peer into the Abyss. I've got a couple of Caves of the Frost Dragon, just in case, if we run up against some flyers. And also, I mean, there's going to be some situations that we can potentially just win the game by sneaking in a little bit of damage here and there. Especially you get a couple of Underworld Dreams online, and you can kind of start really pinging your opponent pretty good. A couple of castles just to help us get that card draw when we need it, hopefully. And then ultimately, I'm only playing the pathways for the blue sources. I'm calling this Esper, but realistically, there's not a blue card in the main. It's all for the sideboard. So there's our land pieces there. And so against your control matches, definitely going to need your Thoughtseizes and your Vetoes. This is really the main card that I'm splashing blue for. And ultimately, when we run up against those control matchups, which I'm sure that we will, those Dovin's Vetoes are going to be massive. to be able to help prevent our opponent from countering our combo pieces. And this realistically is the best counter spell in the game. And we have access to running that. So we have 8 total pathways that have potential uh, to make a blue source. So we have to draw one of those, but we have 8 of them, so I feel pretty confident. And for our hyper aggro matches, we have the Cries of the Carnarium and the ability to exile some creatures along the way. And then against a control matchup again, as well as more Thought Distortions. This card is such a house against the hyper control list. And you know, one relic, which this may need to be adjusted. I may need to play more relics just in the sideboard to be able to get rid of some of those exile or get rid of some of those graveyard recursion decks. And then also we have to really be prepared for the hyper aggro lists. So I'm playing 3 timely reinforcements, which is such a house of a card of allowing you to, you know, gain a bunch of life, create some soldiers. And it's just such a house against those aggro lists. And then also on top of that, we're just running 1 extra Vanishing Verse to get rid of any of the potential combo pieces from our opponents may be playing, and honestly just kind of cleaning up anything that could be causing us any troubles with that. So without further ado, let's get into some games. Let's see how it turns out. I'm a little bit interested to see how it will play out. I haven't really got to play any Esper Peer into the Abyss list this season after Crimson Vow has come out. So we'll kind of get a look to see if this is worth playing around with. Regardless, this is a really fun deck to play. It's just a really fun deck to play, and I really enjoy playing it. It's always a feel good to have that Underworld Dreams out there, and then just cast that Peer into the Abyss and just watch your opponent cringe a little bit as they get taken out by that. All right, let's play first. This is an interesting hand. I mean, I have 2 removal spells. We're definitely gonna need to draw into some lands here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. We'll lead off with Godless Shrine. Apt. Okay, it looks like we're playing against the Jeskai control list. See how this goes. Game 1 is obviously pretty tough. Ooh, man, we missed our land. That's tough. We are running 26 lands. 26 lands, so it's a little unfortunate that we have not hit a land drop. Pretty rough. We're gonna have to discard a card here. Yeah, good game. Yeah, they already good gamed us. I may go ahead and scoop it up just so that they don't know what we're doing. I think we're probably out of this one regardless, because they're gonna be interacting with their graveyard. I don't know. This is actually a tough call whether to keep playing the game or not. I mean, we do have Edgar's. Do have Day of Judgment. If they counter, if I play this swamp and they just counter Underworld Dreams, it may feel bad. Oh, let's try it. No. We don't have an out. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. It's not what you want to start out. So we'll get all these vetoes, get this relic. We're gonna bring all that in, and now I think it's a pretty safe bet. Let's makes blue and red token, so it is 2 colors. So Vanishing Verse might not be terrible, but it also hits Torrential Gearhulk, so it's probably worth keeping. We've got to get rid of 9 cards, which Approach of the Second Sun kind of feels pointless here. I kind of want to keep two, maybe just one Wrath. Actually, I think let's just cut the Wraths. These last couple of cuts is what's going to be a little interesting. The vetoes are going to be pretty handy here. The mind stones might not be massive. I might cut a mind stone and maybe cut a birth and kind of just... Birth is really going to help us ramp, and mind stone is obviously really good even to ramp and then end up drawing you a card later. Wow, one lander, huh? I mean, I guess we got to keep this lander from a 2-lander in the first game. Wow, that's tough, man. That is tough. Alright, we'll lead off with this here. If they tap out, we can cast Underworld Dreams. If they tap out. That's what I'm most curious about, is if they tap out here, because I thought about playing a blue source to maybe counter something, but I don't really care what they're going to play on turn 2. I thought about casting the cave. Okay, so they didn't... I mean, do they have a Spell Pierce? Golly, I'm playing around that. Okay, that's a great draw. That is a great draw. I'll just play this Godless Shrine tapped. Okay, so I have a Saw It coming. Interesting. If they counter, what are they going to have on turn 5? They could have it to Teferi. The real question is how afraid am I of Teferi? That's the actual question. Because they're probably going to have Teferi. Well, I think what I'll probably do here is I'll just... play around Teferi. If they want to counter a treasure map, then so be it, right? That's I'm good with them potentially countering that. I am scared of Teferi though. So then this helps. I mean, this just helps get us to Thought Distortion next turn. Yeah, that seems good. We kind of got him. Oh, man. Don't you love a good Thought Distortion against your control player? Oh, my God. Did we get nothing? Dude, they had so many lands. Look. We kind of almost had them. I felt like we may have gotten a little bit I don't know, unlucky if that's the word. I think we're definitely going to go ahead and veto this. We need to land this. Because this can just hit. Play Relic. Scry. Get rid of that. We don't need that. Make them get rid of the Sod Coming. Keeping their graveyard nice and clean. Because if they get into a torrential Gearhold, I don't want them to be able to cast that counter spell. Interesting. Now it's time to activate the old dragon. Let's get in there. They don't have anything in their graveyard. I mean, the Sacred Foundry, so I'm just going to kind of hold up. I'm going to hold up this relic. Keeping it clean for Search of Vizcanta. Wow, that's tough. Okay. Sacrifice a treasure. Let's draw a card. Okay. Thoughtseize. Nothing. Alright, we're gonna activate Dragon here. Get in for 3. We'll cycle the land. Draw that card, take an extra damage. Feels good. Surprised they haven't cast the castle yet. Other castle, because they could be scrying at this point two times a turn. Okay. Let's draw a card. Vanishing Verse. Alright, well, let's activate Dragon. Let's get in there. Alright, let's get rid of some more cards in their graveyard. Keep it nice and clean. Woof. Now we've drawn a lot of lands. So have they, though. Okay, so this is cost 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we have enough to Dragon and Edgar. That seems fair. Get in there. Or do I even want them? Because what if, I mean, if they have... Actually, I'm not going to cast Edgar because they may have an absorb or something in their hand that's going to gain them some life. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and Vanishing Verse this Search for his Canta. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think this is the right play. They're going to scry 2, but they're not going to be able to scry 3. And they're going to go to 2 here. So they can't really draw any extra cards. Oh, man. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm 1 land off. I guess we'll Thought Distortion. Go ahead and Thought Distortion. Lightning Helix. Okay. Double Lightning Helix. Wow. Wow. Well, I guess Edgar is going to try to land. Unless they have a sod coming here. Yep. So go ahead and get rid of that. Dang. That's so tough, man. Jeskai. Ugh. They have so many ways to gain life. They have so many ways to gain life. Torrential Gearhulk. Go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, I mean, I don't mind if they're drawing cards. Okay. Got him at 3. I mean, they may only have helixes. That's going to help them gain life after the... Helix might be their only thing they have right now. So they have another... Wow, they drew another helix. Goodness. Well, we're at 9. We are at 9. They're going to go to 1 here. They're going to go to 1. 2 to the bottom. If they draw another helix, I may cry. I may cry. Okay. We're probably going to be exiling. After this. Got him. Jeez. You want to talk about a struggle bus? Woo! That relic was pretty strong there, wasn't it? The relic was pretty strong. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if these Edgars are in this matchup or not. I mean, I don't know if I have anything else really better. Let's run it back. I mean, that was game. I mean, they drew 3. They had 3 helixes in their top 27. Their top 27. So, I mean, that tells me, oof, we have no black sources at all and no way to get any at the mulligan. Oh, wow. Again, but I guess we have to hope we draw into them. This is so there's okay, let's top deck it. Just top deck a black source here, shall we? I kind of feel like I don't know, they mulliganed as well. Let's go ahead and look at that hand. Normally I like to wait. Wow. So we have answers to all of this, excluding Shark Typhoon. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Now this is interesting here because we really don't have any 5 drops, you know, like that's what I feel like is kind of wrong with the deck. Is like we have these massive 7 drops and we have a bunch of ramp to get to 7, but we just don't have like a nice payoff of 5.
Right on schedule. Keep up the pace.
Okay. Oh my god, why would it tap auto tapper? Auto tapper, what are you doing? Oh, that's on me. Never mind. Just kidding. That's not the auto tapper, that's me. Just kidding. Hey, just kidding. Just kidding out there. It's not the auto tapper, that's me. That's a mistake. Whoops. Yeah, gummit, we can't stop it now either. Oh my gosh, that was such a punt. Oh man, that was such a punt. So if they draw a land, but they have a Search for Azcanta, they're going to draw a land. And then they're going to be able to cast the Opus. So the only thing, we can't counter it. Man, we're just kind of hosed here, aren't we? Why would it do this? One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That need that Benny, right? Undo. Jeez, the struggle, and that we're probably just dead here, right? They draw a land. They cast Torrential Gearhulk. That doesn't make any flyers, does it? 4 damage. Alright, might as well go ahead and do this. Wow, what are they doing here? Why wouldn't they cast? Am I missing something? Why wouldn't they just cast Torrential Gearhold? They have 2 blue. Looky here. Or they still have enough to Torrential Gearhold. They do it in response. Oh my gosh, they didn't do it? God, chat. Did we just... Did our opponent just super punt? What's going on there? They were more concerned about... They were more concerned about the damage of taking 2 than casting a spell from their graveyard for free? Which land do I have here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Still only Yep. Draw a card. Edgar. Cast Edgar. Let's go. All right. All right, we're in good shape. Not real sure. Not real sure here. Not real sure what our opponent was kind of doing here. Right in the turn, we're going to be drawing a card off of Mind Stone. They did flip Search, though. Okay. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That's pretty good. How much? Okay, we have 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 lands. Don't have enough to activate that. They would have countered that right away, right? Surely they would have just countered it right away, huh? Did they draw double Helix? What do they have right here? Okay. Flip, okay, that's fine. Go to 5.
You deal.
7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems okay, doesn't it? If they have double Mystical Dispute, we get hosed. Or no, they veto themselves. Okay. This Underworld Dreams maybe just seal the deal here.
You will serve me well.
All right, let's get in there. We're just gonna chip away. Just gonna chip away. We'll gladly counter that. And then they just lose at their upkeep. I guess they can block here for one. Block, block. Go to 2. Okay, so now they bounce Underworld Dreams. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? Oh my gosh, what are they doing? Why didn't they bounce? You gotta bounce Underworld Dreams. You gotta bounce Underworld Dreams. Yeah, that's just GG's. Or I don't know what, not real sure. Yeah, they had to have bounced Underworld Dreams to give them another turn at least. I mean, yeah, they probably only delays it by 1, but still that when you got that many cards in your hand. Now they obviously don't know I have a veto in my hand, because that's definitely landing unless they have another veto themselves. But okay, all right, we're 1-0. Not terrible. Against the control matchup, Thought Distortion, you pretty much have to draw it. And I do think that I'm probably need to hold on. Let's cancel it. See if the quickest way to get into a match is hit the cancel button. It's like as soon as I decided I needed to probably do another relic. It's a different opponent. I wonder if they're on Jeskai control as well. All right, well, we've got our combo. Now, the problem is we are lacking some black mana sources here. But we've got a bunch of black sources. Got a bunch of ramp. We just need to hit a couple of black mana here. We're gonna be in good shape. Okay, looks like we're definitely playing against another control player. But this looks like just blue-white control, which I think is probably a better matchup for us, maybe. Honestly, I'm not real sure. I'll try to Mind Stone again. Maybe we can treasure map. Could probably counter it. No? Okay. Let's get it. Well, now we have a way to create some additional... Oh no, we are playing against Jeskai. Okay. Definitely playing against Jeskai. We could get rid of this portable hole. I don't know if definitely don't need any more wraths. Okay, a couple of cards. So they're probably just playing, they're probably not playing red at all, actually. No, they are. Okay. How important do I feel? I'm literally really considering. Dang. Kind of tough, because this is going to get countered. Is there any way that this doesn't get countered? Okay, let's go for it. I guess I'd rather counter a Solemn Simulacrum. Oh, wow. I'm stuck without mana, and they're just letting me. Okay. I mean, I guess. They might not have any other. They might just be going off next turn. If they Teferi here. Wow, they played it tapped? Like I said, game 1 is extremely difficult. Okay. Red Rover. Yeah, I don't really feel the need. Three, four, we still need the Mind Stone. Another Underworld. That feels fine. I should have attacked first. It was silly to play this. Wow, they let it land? Goodness gracious. Do they torrential here? Or I guess they can't. That would have been, that's 5, okay. Wow, what's going on here? I guess they're searching for the torrential. They probably don't have it. But they've got to have it to ferry, right? That's probably why they let this land. But then they can't protect 1, 3, 4, 5. I guess if they hit a land, they can protect to ferry.
No time for a break.
What am I? Thought Distortion. That's a good call. There's 0 chance that they don't have a counter spell. Literally 0, right? Let's draw a card and let's try to find a Thoughtseize to at least look to see what we're dealing with. I guess I'd rather them chew up a counterspell on this Underworld. They do know. Deck is getting a bunch of cards. And Lightning Helix. Draw card. Vanishing Verse. Maybe time. It may be time.
Let's skip to the good part.
Take 2 more. They're taking 4 in turn with this Teferi out. Portable hole. Can't take them. They're gonna take one of them. That's actually kind of funny. So they definitely have enough to torrential Gearhulk. Yeah, I guess I'll just let it ride. Really want to draw into a Thoughtseize. Wow. Definitely discard one of these Wrath of Gods. We gotta find an answer for this Teferi, though. This Teferi is definitely a problem. I may end up having to Vanishing Verse this Mind Stone just to draw an extra card soon. We gotta find a way to get rid of this Teferi, which is looking to be pretty problematic. These Underworld Dreams are not messing around, but if they have a bunch of helixes in their hand, they're going to be able to negate all this damage that we're doing to them.
Hurry!
Vanishing Verse feels kind of bad when we have double Vanishing Verse. But I mean, if they Torrential Gear Hulk into this, you know, this helix, yeah, they're gonna gain so much life with these helixes. We need a man land. Okay, so we're out of draws with the treasure map. I'm gonna get rid of this. I gotta draw a card. And I don't feel like taking 7. Guess I shouldn't have played a land. Dadgummit, we're in trouble here. I can't believe that they don't. Gotta have an answer right now. But even if they're gonna have a counter spell in their hand, so even if I have a removal for Teferi, they're gonna just counter it. And they get to target. Goodness gracious, yeah, I don't foresee us living through this. Oh goodness. Okay. What are my outs here? I just don't know if there's like a for real out in the main board. Okay, there's a Thoughtseize. Look. Let's see what we're dealing with. How many counter spells? If they've got 3 counter spells, we're just dead. Oh my gosh, we could have went for it. No, they didn't. Okay, right here. So they have to draw a counter spell. Okay. Okay, they have to draw a counter spell here. They have 2 draws to draw a counter spell. They have two draws. But they're gonna exile Teferi.
We will meet again. Really should have seen that coming. I do not do this lightly.
Oh, we might get there. We're gonna get there. If this one card is not a counter spell. Yeah, that's fine, dude. That's fine. How many helixes do they have? That's the real question. Oh god, they messed it up. If this is not a counterspell, we win. If they didn't, that one card that they drew off the top, if that's not a counterspell. Oh, we got there. Oof. It's tough. Oh god, they get rid of the Underworld. Oh no. I forgot about the... They still... Why did they punt? Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess the triggers would still happen. They were still on the stack. Never mind. They would get rid of it, but then the triggers were still on the stack. Oh, that's fine. Golly, See? My god. It's been a minute since I played. It's been a little bit. I was at GP Vegas and had a great time at GP Vegas and got to meet some amazing people. And my head is still in Modern. I was playing in the Modern tournament and did not go so well. It did not go so well, but it was still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun. Man, I think I may just keep the Mind Stone and then just get rid of the Earths. Keep the Mind Stone. But it was a ton of fun. I had a great time in GP Vegas, which was great. I didn't do well. I went 1-3 and I dropped. I ran up again. I needed to dodge Tron, and I just drew really poorly. Because I hit Tron right out of the gate, and that was my one match that I was like, okay, if I can avoid Tron, take 4. Ugh. It's kind of tough. So I drew against Tron twice, and I took 2 L's. That's literally probably my hope was going into that. I was playing Grixis, and my hope going into that was, okay, I've got to dodge. I have to dodge Tron, and if I can dodge Tron, then I should be in really, really, really good shape. Oh, I can't. I need to wait on this Thoughtseize. If I can avoid Tron, and I played against Tron twice, it's just tough. And I mean, and like Tron should not have had like a good showing there. Like there's really no reason to go against Tron, or because Tron is not in a very good spot in Modern right now, and people were still playing it, you know, and I just unfortunately drew it on Grixis good stuff. But and it's a really fun deck, super fun. They want a portable hole, my treasure map, then that's fine. Oh, Prismatic. Did they draw a counterspell? I guess that's fine. So anyway, I didn't do so well, but I did really well in the side events. So it made me feel good. It made me feel really good that my deck was running well. My deck was really well positioned against just a little bit late in the game. So the deck was actually really well positioned against the field, but unfortunately I didn't draw, or I didn't play anyone that was playing the main meta decks in the format, and I ended up. But if you lose the first couple of rounds, it's really, really hard to actually get paired into the top meta decks, and I kind of got, and you just can't lose those first couple of rounds if you have a deck that's really meta decking against the format. Unfortunately, I drew Tron, but that's okay. That's part of Magic, and that's sometimes the way that the cookie crumbles, so to speak. But it was still a really, really good time. So my mindset is still a little bit, I'm a little bit like still, I did some testing for Modern, and my mindset is very much in Modern right now. So getting back into Historic has been a little bit challenging. Big 4 here, which is tough. As long as they don't veto, we're okay. All right, start the process. If he has another Teferi, then he just bounces Underworld again. So he doesn't have it.
I'm not done yet.
I needed this Vanishing Verse. I need to be the destroy target planeswalker. Yeah, this Teferi's. I mean, I could just lose this Teferi being
Let's take
Teferi.
it back a step.
Well, let's draw a card and let's get closer to that Underworld Dreams. That's a good draw. I mean, we got to take out this Teferi, right? I have to take out the Teferi. So let's try it. Oh my gosh, it tapped. It tapped the... Why? Auto tapper. Why would you tap the blue source? I'm screwed. If they have double helix for this. God. Auto, dude, getting whooped by the auto tapper. Getting beat by the auto tapper feels so bad, doesn't it? You know, I should have learned my lesson the first time. I mean, that literally might cost us the game, or cost us this match.
We need to move quickly.
I think it probably is going to. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna cost us. Here we go again. I mean, do I... Geez, this match right here. Man, it's... This one's tough. This one hurts. This one hurts. Because...
Hurry.
I could have vetoed that Prismari command. And they would have had 2 less cards in their hand. Like, 2 quality cards. I mean, I'm drawing a card. Taking 4. Alright, let's get the... Let's... Dude, the problem is they have this haul. I did... If they helix me, I'm just dead. I'm just dead anyway. Oh, goodness gracious. That sucks. That sucks. We got beat by the tapper. So, but we won game 1, so we're on the play here. We'll be on the play. Golly, that's rough. Because they might not have that veto in their hands if it wasn't for the Prismari command. Being able to create the treasure was allowing them to keep, and we would have killed Teferi, and they wouldn't have been able to filter their hand at all. All right, this seems good. Have a blue source, so when we draw. That's woo! Rough. I'm gonna go ahead and Thoughtseize it there. I gotta see what they're working with. Mystical Dispute. Why just go ahead and get rid of this? Oh my, double expressive iteration. That's sucks. I guess I'm gonna get rid of your Hulk here. Need to be able to Solemn quickly. Wow, are they just out? They're just not. Are they just not drawing lands? Are they just not drawing lands? If they're not drawing lands, they're in big trouble. No, I guess they got there with the. Okay. Get in there for 2. Okay. Thoughtseize. Ooh. This is maybe an actual pretty tough call. I mean, I think I have to get the torrential here. I think that's got to be the play, right? We need a man land. Wow. They drew into a Teferi. Good God, man. I swear this deck does. It just draws so well. It really does. I think I'm gonna just keep it in our deck.
This. You know what? I'm not.
My God, does this deck just draw so freaking well.
Stop that now.
I'm gonna go stop it.
Hold that thought.
You're gonna be able to counter anything that I play, but I gotta get rid of this Teferi. And I really need to hit a Thought Distortion. If I can hit a Thought Distortion, may just be okay. Oh my gosh, let's freaking go. Go ahead. Oh, I'll draw. I can potentially put Teferi in the graveyard, but there's no way that they don't have a Helix, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 mana short. Actually, I can activate... I can prevent everything here. 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. It's going to cost me 1, so go to 6, but then it's going to add 3. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. This might be a bonkers play right here. So to vary down, that's actually gasoline. Gasoline, come on, baby. Let's go.
How long do you want to wait for a rematch?
Yeah, that feels pretty good, doesn't it? That actually felt really good. Woo! Yeah, yeah. They have a Prismari command? Oh my gosh. Wow. They top decked a Prismari command. I mean, I think I have to keep that. I believe that, man. I swear, this deck. I mean, they're taking 4 here. Got a Veto. They drew a land. Pretty good. Oh man, I got another Veto. Okay. I'm about to Solemn Simulacrum to victory right here. That's a good draw. One of those has to be a Helix, right? But now I'm out. I'm open, but draw a couple of cards. All right, they're going to have 4 mana available. If they go land to fairy, we can still Fateful. Oh man, that's tough. Okay. We're at least going to get to draw a bunch of cards. This is... I could... that doesn't really do... Okay, they go to 1. They go to 1. With a Veto, so they have to have double removal here. Okay, that's pretty good too. They have to have double helix. Or I guess that. GG's. Wow, we got there. Woo! Wow, we're 2-0. We're 2-0 against Jeskai, the Jeskai control list. So that feels okay. That feels okay. All right. All right. Fair enough. Let's run it back some more. So we're 2-0. 2-0 with this Orzhov / Esper here into the Abyss deck. I may just need to take the Approach of the Second Sun out, but I'm really wanting to play against a creature-based deck. We need to play against a creature-based deck to see if this thing is actually... Okay, so we were punished last time we kept a 2-lander. Alright, that's better. Inquisition, okay. Sign in blood. Huh? What am I playing against right now? Thoughtseize, okay. Lots of hand disruption. There goes Edgar. Poor Edgar. Poor Edgar. My god, they are just... Oh, I'm playing against Death Shadow. Never mind. I'm such a silly goose. Let's get rid of Death Shadow. What? Did I miss? Am I missing something? What am I missing? I'm missing something. God, I'm missing something.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
That doesn't.
Hone your prowess.
They hit. Oh gosh. That's an instant. We can kind of get them, can't we? We can kind of get them. Let's just kind of get them. I mean, the only downside is... So... I'm actually just going to go ahead and do this. We can't wait. We can't wait.
Overwhelming.
I don't want to wait. I didn't want to wait a whole turn. Because they didn't have the ability to cast it with Narset out there. So it's better to just go ahead and get rid of it now. The problem is they have all these lands in their hands. And I guess I'm just gonna, if they want to cast commit on this Underworld Dreams, then I feel like I'm okay with that. Because if they drew into another Narset, it would have really hosed us. Goodness gracious. Crawling Barons. I can't activate it. Oh, I guess they can, never mind, they can put... Crawling Barons could be an issue. Let's try. Crown in the lock, okay. Guess they top decked. I can't, and I didn't want to just run Solemn Simulacrum into Crawling Barrens to just draw a card. I think I may have to now. Man, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? That we had our Underworld Dreams ready to go. They are digging like crazy. What is it? What are they looking for? I mean, I feel like they should just been activating Crawling Barrens this whole time. Yeah, draw a card. I mean, I'm not going to be able to interact with this Crawling Barrens, though. That's the... Don't need another Wrath, that's for sure. Memory Deluge again. So my opponent is drawing a boatload of cards. I mean, a ridiculous amount of cards. So Underworld Dreams is going to be massive here. If I could have landed Underworld Dreams, oh my gosh, it would have been an absolute game changer. Oh man. Oh no. See, now I'm screwed. Now I'm screwed. What is this? Alright, chat. Please. Let this... Okay. He's in my graveyard. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the deal. If I... They're gonna aftermath me, aren't they? Is that instant speed?
I have just the trick for this.
It's sorcery. Gosh, okay, come on. Let this go. Come on, do not get rid of my hand. Don't get rid of my hand. Be nice. Be nice to me. Let me do some fun stuff. Oh no. I can, because they can't counter it. I don't have enough in my graveyard. I don't have enough in my graveyard. Don't Thoughtseize me. Actually, they can't Thoughtseize me. This is a spicy list. Oh my gosh. They can't counter it. Right? They can't counter it with at least with Drown in the Loch, they can't counter it. Memory Deluge. I forget Memory Deluge gets around. I mean, you oh my gosh, we got there. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, our opponent, everyone's super into these control lists right now, huh? This version, like whatever we're playing against right here, Approach of the Second Sun might be worth. But I almost kind of feel like getting rid of. Yeah, let's just do I think it's right to go ahead and just approach here. My goodness. Our opponent drew so many cards. Underworld Dreams. We need to, if we have an opener with 3 swamps in an Underworld Dreams, that's going to feel very pleasant. Oh my goodness. I mean, this has got a Thought Distortion. I mean, I don't think we're going to die. Maybe we are, but let's see. Let's see what the damage is. Extinction event. That doesn't do it. It can flash that back. Our set's pretty gas. Shark Typhoon's pretty. No, they siphon here. Siphon might actually just be really, really strong against us if they end up hitting like an Underworld Dreams. That's gonna feel kind of rough, isn't it? Yeah, they just flash it back. They're gonna be getting gas because we've drawn nothing but lands. Getting all these black sources now. I mean, we get to Thought Distortion next turn. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of this, but now we're going to be staring down. We're going to be losing the battle here. If we're talking about just like pure value. Now, I guess this is okay because we're going to be able to Thought Distortion anyway. And if they're okay with trading this shark, wow, let's just get rid of their whole pen. Let's go. If they're willing to trade the shark, I'm good with that. Because I don't really have a way to get rid of that. I mean, I have this Vanishing Verse, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to mess with that. Wow, they drew a Sign in Blood. Okay, well, damage is already done. Let's see if they drew a removal. Dear God, why did I misplayed so bad right there? My goodness. Why did I play? I mean, I wanted to play the castle to start drawing cards, but I've done that twice. They're gonna take here, obviously. That might cost us. It's pretty good. It dodges Vanishing Verse.
The shadows awaken.
Rough.
Fear your failure. Terror lurks among us.
These 2/3s are gonna eat our lunch. Yeah, I knew it. I freaking knew it that they hit an Underworld Dreams. I mean, you could have bet. I felt like I could have bet any amount of money on that. Have a counter spell for this. They freaking hit a Veto. They hit a Veto. They hit an Underworld Dreams and a Veto. That's an amazing siphon. That's an amazing siphon. Those are the two cards you hit. Whoa. We're staring down these 2/2s are no joke. Other Thought Distortion. Get rid of. I can't Vanishing Verse these 3/3. Or these 2/3s. I can't veto because the auto tapper screwed me again.
Curse your wretched presence.
2, 4, 6. Yeah, I actually can't win here. Actually can't win there. Man, I'm just gonna have to start not tapping. They didn't put a single counter spell in, did they? So Siphon is like their only way, and they have to hit one of our counter spells. No, they kept drowning the lock. Okay. They kept drowning the lock. So we'll just keep it like this, because I legitimately thought about putting in Approach of the Second Sun again. But the problem with that is, if they still have a counter spells, which I assume that they, this is pretty good. It's a pretty good hand. I needed Underworld Dreams though. Maybe we can still hit it. I guess I take Siphon. I don't know. This is rough. I guess I just gotta take it off, take them off of the... Okay, there's Underworld Dreams, but I still wouldn't have been able to cast it. But I needed to that, but I wouldn't have been able to because they have Jawari's Disruption and Negate. This is an instant, right? Damn it. Do I just have to wait? Let's freaking go. Get that negate out of there. They're gonna siphon here. We gotta hit it. We gotta hit another black source here. Come on, hit 2. Oh, they hit something really good. They hit some kind of gas because they're looking at both of them. They're reading them. Maybe they probably hit a pier. One of them is probably peer into the abyss. Okay, so they take 2 here. Sign in Blood. Hold up Jawari's Disruption. Black Source. Thank you. Do you think they hit another negate? Is this gonna feel super bad if they hit another negate? Maybe they'll let it ride since I'm showing that I have Veto. Don't tell me they hit a Veto. Thank God. They were just gonna try to see if I was bad or not. This, hey, next turn, if they don't Thoughtseize me right here, we're off to the races. We are off and running. We are off and running. Yeah. Rid of their hand. Oh my gosh, they commit. Firing. that's pretty good there. They have an Narset. Bastard.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the
With
veil of
Aftermath.
blood, keep an open mind.
Play your Watery Grave.
Train harder.
Okay. I mean, seems okay to me. Seems okay to me.
I have just the trick for this.
They do get to get something probably pretty good here. They get a Thoughtseize. Okay, I will go ahead. Take two. Take two. Ooh, that's a Veto. Get in there. Do I care that much? I mean, I think I do, right? That's how I win the game. Counter, yep. But he's at least gonna take it. He's gonna take some more damage. They're gonna take more. Draw a card. Come on, draw a pier. Draw a pier. Oh goodness. Okay, I can't cast it. Right? Get in there for 3. They put Blast Zone to 3. They blow it up.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Okay. Two, three, four. I can cast Underworld and hold up Veto. That seems pretty good, doesn't it? Wow. We're 3-0. Well, there's that. Wow. 3-0, huh? It seems like I might be playing this on stream real soon. This deck's a lot of fun to play. Regardless of the record, it's a ton of fun to play. And you can kind of see that the lines that you can take are I even made a couple of really bad mistakes and was still able to get there. Now, we did play against 3 different control lists, which I think is actually a worse matchup, but you can see that Thought Distortion is a house against the control list. I mean, it is just insane. I didn't get to play against any creature decks. Now, I do feel like the deck lines up pretty well with the creature decks because you're running 6 wraths in the main. There's 4 spot removal spells, 6 wraths, and we've got some ramp with Solemn Simulacrum and being able to birth. So I do think that we're probably in a decent position against the creature decks. I will say that without a shadow of a doubt, I believe that your worst matchups are against planeswalker heavy decks, especially if you're playing against maybe like Brazen Borrowers, because Brazen Borrowers hurts pretty good. So I don't know. All of those matches felt pretty strong, didn't it? Now, don't get it mistaken. This is not like a tier 1 deck, I don't think, in any circumstance. But in those matchups that just played against, it seemed the deck seemed fine. Seemed really good. It had some really fun interactions. I do think that I need to make a cut. I do need to make a cut in the sideboard, and it's probably going to be one of those timely reinforcements. I think running 2 is probably fine. But on the flip side of that, I'm thinking about how well does this deck perform against goblins? I think goblins probably probably our worst matchup, I would think, because they can just kind of top deck their way out of any situation, even if we wrath like religiously. If we keep wrathing, I feel like you still have a shot at winning, but you have to win on turn 7, or you're definitely out of the game. And they can just mux us. They can just mux us out of. Well, so I think goblins is probably a pretty tough matchup and probably a pretty bad one, honestly. So you kind of, I don't know if it's even worth putting an additional sideboard, because I don't know if any of you have been running into a lot of goblins. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, but goblins doesn't seem to be in everyone's favorite right now. Now, don't get me wrong, elves is probably a pretty tough matchup too, just because even if you wrath, they can just hold up Collected Company and potentially rebuild and ultimately just kind of win the game on that following turn. So I do think your Coco decks might be a pretty tough matchup as well, but you do have, like I said, you have enough interaction that I think that maybe you can at least, you might have to draw pretty well, but you can definitely win some of those games as well. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, hang out, relax, comment down below what other decks you may or may not want me to play. I had a ton of fun making this one, and this is just the beginning of some of the YouTube content that I'm going to be exclusively putting out just on YouTube. If you want to have more BBT content, you can find me on twitch.tv/beardedbeertime. You can hook it up with a follow over there, and you'll get notifications. You can also follow me on any of my social medias, which is Twitter and Instagram and Hover. Well, all 3 of those platforms I'm pretty active in, so that'll keep you up to date. And you can also feel free to go over to the Twitch channel and then check out the Discord as well. Thank you all again so much for all your support. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, morning, wherever you're at. I appreciate the love and support. Cheers.